Hi there, welcome to my cozy corner of the internet. We're heading into a brand new year, and honestly, 2025 was such an incredible year for games. Indie and cozy gamers were truly spoiled with amazing releases left and right almost every single month. I'm really excited to see what 2026 has in store for us because I have a feeling we're once again going to have crazy gaming months one after the other this year, and of course, I'll be talking about them each month. I originally thought January would be a slower, more chill month for gaming, but it looks like we're already starting strong. We have 17 really lovely looking cozy and indie games coming up, and I'm very excited to talk about them with you, so let's go ahead and start with our first game, which is DuneCrawl, releasing on January 5th. This is an open world action adventure game where we set out across sandy seas aboard a big crab looking thing that's called a dune crawler. The game has a warm, colored book kind of art style, which is what initially caught my eye, and I think that gives the world a lot of character. We explore the desert, take on quests, we can of course upgrade our crawler, unlock new cool weapons, we can also ride other stuff like beetles and scorpions. You can play it solo, but it feels like it was designed for co-op, so I think it might be more fun with friends, and you can play it for up to 4 people in online or local co-op. I'm personally creeped out by the crawler because the walking animations and the design of the crab look really realistic, but if you're into this atmosphere and vibe, I think this is one worth checking out. Next up, we have Kejora on the 8th of January. We talked about this one earlier in September's video. It was originally supposed to come out on September 4th, but then Silksong dropped. Here we follow a young girl named Kejora who discovers that her peaceful village is stuck in a time loop, and of course it's up to her and her 2 friends to uncover why. The game is hand-drawn with frame-by-frame animation that feels like something Studio Ghibli might craft, and it's made by an Indonesian studio, and I think it carries that Southeast Asian warmth that just feels so cozy and aesthetic. So if you're looking for a puzzle-rich game that feels like a bedtime story, I think Kejora might be a good option this month. Then we have Moving Simulator on the 9th of January. In this one, we run our own moving company and take on different jobs where we move people's belongings from one place to another. We go into their houses, pick up their furniture, their random household items, and try to get everything out without breaking too much. And of course, we try and fit everything into our truck, so we kind of play Tetris. It looks chaotic and fun, a bit clumsy on purpose, and very low pressure. I have 2 complaints though. One, I wish there was co-op. I feel like it would be really fun to try and lift heavy furniture together, maybe in some kind of coordinated minigame. And 2, the Steam page of the game sadly has AI art at the moment of me recording this, so I hope they change that soon. This is a publisher that can definitely afford an artist, so it makes me sad and disappointed they're actively choosing not to. So yeah, for those interested, Moving Simulator seems like the kind of game you can go to this month when you just want to turn off your brain. Next, on the 12th, Big Hops is coming out. In this one, we play as a little frog named Hop, living peacefully until one day we get kidnapped and have to find our way back home. We come across a raccoon that offers to help us if we can find a few airship parts, and so begins our adventure. We go to many different worlds, meet so many new characters. Oh, and I have to say, I love the character designs so much. I checked out who made them, and I learned that the character designs are made by Steven Sugar, who was also the background designer for Steven Universe. So it makes sense why I love it so much. Of course, since we play as a frog, the game is very movement focused. We jump, roll, climb, swing with our tongue, and move through colorful environments that feel playful and alive. Everything about the game looks energetic and expressive, from the animations to its vibrant worlds, and I'm really excited to check this one out. Then we have The Legend of Heroes: Trails Beyond the Horizon on the 15th of January. This is a story-rich JRPG and part of the long-running Trails series. The game takes place in a detailed world where politics, relationships, and personal stories matter just as much as big plot events, and we spend a lot of time talking to characters, learning about the places we visit, and slowly understanding how everything connects. To be honest, I don't know much about this series, but in general, I find most JRPGs to be cozy, and this one feels cozy as well, so I wanted to add it here. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've played these games and what you think of them. Then we have Cassette Boy on the 15th of January. This one is really interesting. We wake up in a strange world where things things only exist when we can see them. At first, it looks like a simple pixel art RPG, but as we explore, we start to twist and rotate the world, and suddenly hidden paths open up or disappear entirely based on our perspective. I initially thought this was a puzzle game, but I saw there is action as well, and I think it will be really cool to see how they implemented the perspective mechanic to the boss fights and stuff. It has this super cool cozy retro aesthetic with a really unique concept that I'm excited about. Our next January release is another one I'm really excited about. It's On Together Virtual Co-working, releasing on the 19th. In this game, we join a shared digital space where we can work, study, hang out, and enjoy little breaks with friends or other players online. We get to set up in a cozy co-working lounge, choose how the display sits on our screen, and just get going on our to-do list. It feels like a chill study session or a quiet cafe hangout, but all on our desktop, so you can actually get things done while still feeling connected, which is such a cool concept. Of course, we can also use built-in tools like focus timers, calendars, journaling features, and progress trackers to stay on track, and we can unlock cute pets that join us once we've stayed focused for a while. When it's break time, we can chat, play mini-games like fishing or basketball, or just hang out and watch others, making the whole thing feel very social without any pressure. I always wanted a game like this, especially on days where I write scripts for videos or edit them. I tend to focus the whole day without realizing the time passed by, so a game like this that will still help me connect with others and take small breaks will be perfect. Then we have Cooking Simulator 2 Better Together on January 20. I spent way too many hours in the first game, so I'm really excited to see everything they've done with the second game. First big addition is of course the co-op, and even though the game's name made me think otherwise, it's actually optional and we can still play solo. If you're unfamiliar with Cooking Simulator, we obviously cook, but I think it's more realistic than other cooking games I've played. I actually learned a recipe or two from the first game, so we prep ingredients, manage orders, and if I remember correctly, even how we cut something matters in how our food tastes in the end. Like if we serve fries but we cut them too big, we get criticism about it. I'm really excited to experience this in co-op as well. We have lots of chaotic, unserious cooking games, but I think trying to run an actual restaurant with friends will be really fun. Also on the 20th, we have Mio Memories in Orbit. Here we play as an android named Mio who wakes up inside a massive abandoned spaceship that used to be a place full of life, but now it's broken, quiet, and falling apart. And it's up to us to explore it and slowly piece together what happened. It's a Metroidvania, so we move through interconnected areas, unlock new abilities, and return to places we couldn't reach before. We fight corrupted machines, restore parts of the ship, and uncover fragments of memories as we go. Everything in the game looks very fluid and intentional, especially the movements and combat look really smooth and not overwhelming. The game is hand-drawn and literally looks like a magical coloring book, and I can definitely see losing myself in this world, so if you enjoy Metroidvanias that focus just as much on mood and storytelling as they do on gameplay, this one feels like a really strong January release to keep an eye on. Our next release is probably one of the coziest of the month. It's Tailside Cozy Cafe Sim, releasing on the 21st. In Tailside, we run a small cafe in a peaceful village that's full of animal characters. We get to prepare different kinds of coffee and master the art of coffee making. We serve many different kinds of yummy pastries, decorate our cafe, and slowly get to know the regulars who come in throughout the day. The focus is on building a calm routine rather than rushing through the orders. It looks so cozy with its soft colors, gentle music, and cute character designs. I think it'll be the perfect game to play after you've had a long day. You can come to your cafe, make a few drinks, rearrange some furniture, talk to familiar faces, and log out feeling much calmer than before. Next up, we have Roma on the 22nd of January. In this one, we get to build our own Roman city as the once great Roman Empire falls apart. We start start with a small band of citizens, find new land, and slowly expand a settlement into something more than a village. Of course, along the way we have to take care of our people's needs, figure out supply lines, and make decisions that will shape how the city grows. Basically, it's a classic city builder but with a Roman twist. I think what sets it apart the most from other similar games, and the thing that first caught my eye, is the low poly graphics. It adds so much charm to the game. I'm personally not a big fan of strategy games, but I know these games are so many people's comfort games, and I think this one looks really well done and worth checking out if you like the genre. Another game on the 22nd is Perfect Tides Station to Station. This is the sequel to Perfect Tides, which is a game I somehow completely missed and definitely want to play soon. So the game is set in the early 2000s, which already tells me I'm gonna love it, and we follow an 18-year-old named Mara as she leaves her small island home and heads to the big city to start college life. The game looks like it has a lot of heart and slice of life moments where we talk to people, learn about their lives, and just soak in the feeling of new beginnings and uncertainty. I'm honestly so happy I found out about these games because I just know I'm going to love them. So if a game about the small moments of growing up and finding your footing in the world speaks to you, the first game and this one are definitely worth checking out. Also on January 22nd, we have Hermit and Pig. In this pixel art RPG, we explore, gather mushrooms, try to avoid human interaction, survive social anxiety, and face other unexpected challenges that come up along the way. The dialogue looks so funny and they play out in a way that almost feels like battles with emotions and awkward moments, and the tone of the game feels so unique. Combat is turn-based and each turn is timed to make the game feel more chaotic, but if you prefer a more chill experience, you can also turn the timer off. Overall, it looks like a funny and cleverly written game that's perfect if you want something to make you laugh. On January 23rd, we have Escape from Ever After. This is an adventure RPG inspired by classic Paper Mario games where we take on the role of a reluctant storybook hero who ends up working for a big corporation that has taken over fairy tale lands. We wander through these colorful storybook worlds, meet characters from different tales, and help them reclaim their stories as we battle through turn-based encounters. I really love the way the game mixes whimsical visuals with a slightly satirical take on office life. I think it gives it a really unique feeling, and this is one I'll definitely be keeping an eye on. I think it has the potential to be something amazing. Next up is one of my most anticipated games of the month. We have Cairn releasing on the 29th. I love climbing games so much. Even in games like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, I always look forward to the climbing parts. They feel so satisfying for some reason, and in Cairn, we play as Ava and we only have one goal on our mind, which is to reach the top of Mount Kami. We carefully plan our route, place gear, balance our energy, and climb sheer rock faces trying to find the best path up. The mountain looks alive, and I think the stillness of the heights and distant winds will give the whole experience a reflective quality as we keep pushing on. So far, most if not all of the climbing games I've played were really forgiving and you didn't really lose anything, but this one seems to be focused more on the surviving aspect and definitely seems harsher. I think we'll also have to manage our food and water and other resources. It's also made by the creators of Fury and Haven, which I think are perfect games, and you can see the similar art styles. Cairn feels like it'll be one of those games that makes every small success feel earned, and it's definitely one I'm looking forward to play this month. Also on 29 January, we're getting Don't Stop Girlypop. In this one, we get thrown into fast-paced arenas where movement is the focus. It feels like Ultra Kill, but for girlypops that love Y2K vibes. We navigate colorful levels where the faster we go, the more damage we deal, and the movement feels slick and playful. It leans into the Y2K aesthetic, which I have a soft spot for. It feels weirdly nostalgic with bright colors and energetic sounds that keeps us moving. It's definitely not a chill game in the traditional sense, but I think the energy it brings and the focus on flow and momentum make it perfect for unwinding. And finally, for January, we have Bento Blocks also releasing on the 29th. This is a super cozy and peaceful puzzle game where we slice and arrange lunchbox ingredients to create satisfying bento meals. Each level gives us a new challenge that makes us think about how to cut and place things just right. The visuals are soft and cute, and the music and sound design make the whole experience feel super relaxing. Like I watched someone play the demo and every muscle in my body loosened up. I'm excited to play it myself. The puzzles look really satisfying to solve as well. And that's everything we have for January. I think it's a great start to the new year. We have some really creative and unique looking games, which makes me all the more hopeful for another great year of gaming. I'm gonna be making another video talking about all the cozy and indie 2026 releases I'm excited about, and I also make these videos monthly to talk about all the new releases of the upcoming month, so feel free to subscribe and stay around for those. It would be much appreciated. And if you watched this far, tomorrow is my birthday, so you can wish me a happy birthday if you want to. It would also be appreciated. I'd also love to know which games you're most excited for in January. And yeah, I wish you a cozy Christmas with all your loved ones. Until next time, bye bye!